I don't want to offend people that think that Joe Rogan is a legitimate black belt and that he's not a disinformation agent. And, you know, Joey Diaz fans, I don't want to, you know, offend them. They think all his stories are real and that he's, you know, that anybody on cocaine was doing all these fucking, you know, heists, and he's so slick and this, that, and the other. The guy's a fucking only child. He's got a fucking great imagination and he's a great storyteller, obviously. But who does Joe Rogan work for? Well, let's start with this. There's a Joey Diaz video of Joey Diaz talking about, and it's on YouTube, talking about Eddie Bravo, how he, you know, like convinced Eddie Bravo that Joe Rogan was in the CIA. The video is really short. It has nothing to do with anything. It's what we call a red herring. So, I know, we're using technical terms here, I know. So, I'm sorry. So what happened is, Joe Rogan at one time believed, when his podcast was small and shitty, still is shitty, he believed that we never went to the moon, and he was very convincing. And now not because of Joe Rogan, but because I did my own research, see, I didn't, you know, like, I came to the conclusion that we never went either. Somebody came and changed his mind. Somebody came and made him go on Joe Rogan Questions Everything, and they questioned the fucking chemtrails and all this shit. Who does he work for? The same people that are allowed to monitor our country. Okay, they're allowed to run surveillance on American citizens. The same person that he married is a member of that country. He's a member of it's a country that you can't talk about, or you get a strike, you know, or they'll complain, you know what I mean, because you're not allowed to mention them by name, God forbid, and they don't believe in God. So that's another reason why Joe Rogan is their mouthpiece, is he's completely against God, but he will go on his comedy show and apologize. Okay, classic passive-aggressive pussy shit. He'll apologize for his non-Christian jokes that he's about to tell. Well, don't be on the fence about it. You know what I mean? Like, be a real man and just say you don't believe in God. Don't wait till you're in your little studio. Go out there in the world when you're in the Bible Belt and you're standing on stage. Tell people. Don't, you know, fucking, I mean, it's your opinion, you know. He only has people on his show that agree that, okay, so this is what happened. At one time, there was nothing. It was like this, okay? Then all of a sudden, out of all that nothing, somehow gases made the earth. Then out of the earth, out of that fantastical, delusionary fucking magical unicornish type fucking situation, people came out of the mud, you know, and they were apes first. So not only did this fantastic shit happen, then people happened and they came out of monkeys. But zebras, wolves, horses, gazelles, tigers never became anything. Only the monkeys had the magical power to come out, and that's why he has the ooh, ooh, ah, ah, in the beginning of his show. Okay? That's why he let Joey Diaz sexually assault women on his tour. And that's why Joey Diaz is always talking about the Me Too movement. But that's another video I've already made, and I'm just telling you, this guy is a fucking disinformation agent. Okay? He purposely is spreading. We know that the earth didn't happen, you know, because of a fucking Big Bang. We know that, okay? We know that we didn't come from monkeys. But you're using your talent and your voice to fucking make people believe shit that you know. He's a smart dude. He knows that shit didn't happen. Do you know what I mean? But that's why he has people on there like Graham Hancock. Why doesn't Graham Hancock talk about, well, the Egyptians were really African Americans? I mean, they fucking are on the continent of Africa. They weren't Egyptians. They were fucking African. Do you know what I mean? Like, they don't want to talk about how there's fucking pyramids all over the world. They want to give you, they're disinformation agents, okay? They're disinformation agents. That's what they do. They suck you in, and not everything's disinformation now. You know, they'll talk legitimate guy shit and da-da-da-da, but then he'll have Graham Hancock on, Carlson, Peterson, whatever the fuck. And everything is anti-God. You know what I mean? And there's a reason. Because he's being paid by the people that run Twitter, the people that run Cash App, the people that run Facebook. And people go, oh, that's crazy, you know, there's nobody. Listen, look at his original podcast. When you make that kind of money, trust me, people come and see you, okay, and tell you, you better renege on that fucking moon landing hoax shit, and in fact, we want you to do this, okay? That's all he is, okay? I used to be a big fan of his until I started seeing him have everything was evolution. Everything was the World Trade Center was 19 hijackers, you know. It's bullshit. You'll find out for yourself.